A mystery in her own backyard. A woman finds a creature but has no idea what this thing is.
It's one of those things that sounds so over the top, but after I had a face-to-face encounter.
What was caught on camera is so terrifying, so unexplainable, that you'd wish you never saw it. In this video, we will see real footage of cryptids that will make your blood run cold. Skinwalkers lurking in the shadows. Unknown scary creatures caught on camera, and encounters that defy all logic. Brace yourself, because what you're about to witness will haunt your nightmares. Creepy surprise. Traveling through some mountains at night, this man saw a bizarre creature sitting on the edge of a cliff. As this man took out his camera and zoomed in, the creature appeared to have a demon-like body as described in the myths. He got a creepy surprise when the wings of this beast appeared on its back. It seemed to be pulling something out from its mouth. What was this strange thing? A mythical demon? Or is there something more to it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Chapel mystery. In 2015, a man who was standing outside a chapel caught a frightening encounter on his phone camera. He saw one of the windows of the chapel's tower burst open, and suddenly, a fairy-like creature emerged from inside. It had a human-like body, but its huge wings made it clear it was some heavenly creature. He and all the other bystanders were stunned to see this unexplainable incident. No one could come up with what was happening here, and the mystery of the chapel became more creepy. Sewer creature. In the tunnels beneath Slovakia, 3 soldiers were checking the old sewers as part of their routine patrol. Their flashlights bounced off the wet walls until they spotted something unusual. A large black shape moved in the shadows ahead. As their lights found it, they saw it was covered in thick black fur. The creature turned towards them. The soldiers tried to stop it, but nothing worked. They ran back through the tunnels. That day, they promised themselves never to enter those sewers again. Chupacabra found.
It's a chupacabra in Oregon.
In the woods of Oregon, a tourist walking along a trail made an odd discovery. There on the ground lay a strange creature he had never seen before. Its body looked like something from the stories about the chupacabra, a mysterious beast from Latin American tales. He took a video and left quickly, leaving nature's mysteries where they belonged. The video joined the many unexplained sightings of strange creatures in the Pacific Northwest.
Balls and wiener are still there.
Creepy cryptid on tree. In the forest, a villager was taking his usual shortcut home. The path felt safe until he noticed a dark shape sitting in an old tree. It was pitch black, with wide, unblinking eyes that seemed to watch him closely. The locals whispered about this creature called Pokong Gendruo, a spirit that haunts the forest paths at night. As he fumbled for his video camera, he was scared. Suddenly, the creature didn't move at all, just watching. He captured the eerie figure on film, but he vowed never to walk that path after dark again. Ditch creature. 2 friends were on their way to a local farm when they happened upon something they might never forget. As they walked along a ditch, a movement in the muddy water caught their eye. Cameras in hand, they hoped it was an uninteresting sea creature, but what they saw was clearly out of this world. A dark creature with glowing eyes rose out of the water. There's no way to tell what it was, but one thing was for sure. It was a humanoid figure and looked like it was draped in seaweed. But before the entity could come any further, the 2 men took off screaming. Netizens think they witnessed the heron, a sea-dwelling humanoid in Chinese folklore. But what do you think this was? Terrifying cryptid. This moment caught on camera changed everything. At first, the man seemed okay, just walking. But then, the footage blurs for a second, and when it clears up, he's on the ground, not moving. Right next to him is that mysterious figure with a tail, maybe a kitsune. A kind of magic fox from stories that can look like a human but keeps its foxtail. It's hard to tell what happened right when the video got blurry. Was it just the camera acting up? Or did the kitsune do something? Now, with the man on the ground and the creature so close, it really makes you wonder what went down in that split second. Dragon or myth? This group of friends was hiking on the mountains when they saw a strange creature in the distance. Curious of what they had encountered, they took out their cameras and zoomed in on the creature. They were shocked to see it was a real dragon flapping its wings. I think they had just discovered a dragon mountain, where these creatures that existed only in mythical stories still live hidden from human activities. But some say it was just a fake dragon statue, made to amaze the tourists. Well, whatever the truth is, it certainly was an interesting sight. Encounter with dwarfs. Dwarfs are portrayed as small, friendly creatures in the myths, but is it really so? This video, captured from a policeman's dashboard, shows him opening the trunk of another car parked in front. As the police officer pulls the hatch, a dwarf jumps on his head and gets him down on the bonnet of his car. If you watch closely, legs of another man can be seen flapping out of the front door, which means he might also be dealing with a similar situation. We don't know what went wrong here and why were the dwarfs behaving like this, but this mythical encounter was certainly creepy. Crawling creature. In 2023, a trail camera caught what no one expected to see. The footage showed a whitish humanoid creature crawling out from behind a tree, low to the ground, its pale body moving eerily in the dark. As it crossed the path, it paused, looking around as if sensing it was being watched, then slipped from view and left only questions behind. Could it be a creature from native legends, or simply a trick of shadows and imagination? Or perhaps something unknown that thrives in the dark? Those who saw the clip were chilled, convinced it was a skinwalker stalking the night. Watcher in fields. I don't think this man had ever believed that a peaceful night would turn into a nightmare. In a small Ohio town, a man parked by a quiet field and was enjoying the stillness of his favorite spot. But his calm vanished as he spotted a pale figure behind a nearby tree, staring at him with hollow, unsettling eyes. In a flash, the creature retreated, slithering back into the field. His dash cam captured a single eerie image that was proof of the encounter. Rumors spread, some claiming it was the rake, while others feared a skinwalker was there. What do you say? Nightwalker.
Nossa senhora, que bicho feio aquele!
Two friends were driving down a dark road when they spotted something ahead. The dim glow of their headlights barely revealed a strange, humanoid figure standing still in the middle of the road. Its shape was unsettling, twisting in ways no human should. The friends froze, unsure whether they were seeing an extraterrestrial visitor or a skinwalker from forgotten legends. As they slowly drove past, the figure didn't move, almost like it was waiting. I guess it was a lost traveler, or something more disturbing hiding in plain sight.
Vai lá, vai em cima, viado, vai em cima, vai em cima, vai em cima, vai em cima.
Faceless cryptid. What the explorers captured, deep in the forest, defied explanation. Look for yourself. While filming in a dense, remote forest, they encountered a figure that seemed human, but something was terribly wrong. The creature moved unnaturally, its limbs twisting in ways no person could, and as they watched, it began to follow them. The explorers claimed it had no face, just an unsettling blank surface where one should be. Though it resembled a human in shape, its eerie, unnatural movements and silent pursuit made them frightened. They barely managed to escape, but the footage remained. Proof of their chilling encounter. Was it a skinwalker? I believe so. Cryptid on roof.
Oh, damn. Holy sh**,
All right.
Imagine strange noises waking you in the middle of the night. The last thing you expect to find is something watching you. On April 14th, 2023, a YouTuber posted this chilling clip. Woken by disturbing noises, he ventured outside into the night to investigate. Wait, what? He found skeletal remains on his roof. But what truly terrified him wasn't just the remains. It was the pale, light-colored figure with glowing eyes peering at him from the rooftop. This wasn't the first time he had encountered it. The figure seemed to return as if deliberately haunting him and his family. Was it a skinwalker or a restless spirit? What do you think?
Where'd it go? What is that?
Bent Cryptid. In India, a group of friends was driving home when they spotted a terrifying figure on the road ahead. The headlights revealed a bizarre creature that made them stop in their tracks. It was a strange being with glowing eyes and a bearded face, but completely bald. The most disturbing part was how it moved, on all fours yet bent backwards like a human. When the creature started moving toward their car, the video suddenly cut off. Now, while some might question if this was real, the pure terror in their voices tells a different story. Hooded being. Near an old hut, a local resident came across a terrifying sight. Right there in front of him stood a ghostly figure with bright white glowing eyes. The mysterious being just stood there silently, watching the locals without moving. The witness felt completely helpless as he faced this supernatural encounter. When moments like these happen, there's nothing anyone can do other than to accept the horror unfolding before them. Now, no one knows what happened to that man after his terrifying encounter with those glowing eyes. Demonic Cyclops. While walking in the woods, a local saw a very large creature behind the trees. It was huge, much bigger than the surrounding plants. Next to the big creature, there was a person holding a lit candle. The figure was doing some kind of ritual with slow, careful movements. The local felt scared when he realized he had found a scene of dark magic. The large creature stayed very still, as if the person was controlling it. What kind of powerful, secret things were happening in this part of the woods? The person had seen something very disturbing, something not normal. Dogman. A camper was out walking in the woods when he saw a strange thing up ahead. As the figure got closer, the person's breath caught in his throat. It was a creature that looked like a mix of a dog and a man. This was the legendary Dogman that people talked about. It had thick, shaggy fur all over its body and a face that was just like a wolf's. Soon after the Dogman spotted the powerful creature, it started chasing him. The person turned and ran as fast as he could. The details of what happened next are unknown, lost in the darkness of the mysterious forest. One thing is certain. The person had come face to face with a creature that should only exist in nightmares. Demonic creature. A shocking video surfaced showing a man holding a scary creature in his hands. The animal's huge ears and razor-sharp teeth made everyone step back. It was a Desmodus vampire bat, a night hunter known for feeding on the life force of other animals. Its special teeth and saliva help it get tiny meals from its prey. When the bat tried to bite the man, it couldn't do much since it's built for going after smaller animals. Now, this close encounter shows why these creatures have scared people for centuries. Mysterious creature. As a traveler was making his way down the road in St. Lucia, something caught his eye on the side of the highway. Pulling over, he was met with a truly disturbing sight. The remains of what appeared to be a strange, unknown creature. Scattered across the ground were a jumble of organs and other unidentifiable body parts. The traveler was in shock, unable to understand what could have caused such a terrible scene. Was this the leftover remains of some unknown, exotic animal, or something even even more sinister. The traveler couldn't help but shudder at the thought of what might have happened to the creature. The footage, however, was seared into his mind, a haunting reminder of the mysteries that can stalk along the roads less traveled. Creature of Cave.
أريد جرات أخرى طاعة لله وطاعة لرسوله.
Two men were inside a cave, recording as they explored. Out of nowhere, a dark, bony hand rose from the ground and pointed right at them. One of the men felt a strange, sharp pain, but his friend acted fast, spraying holy water. Suddenly, the hand vanished, sinking back into the earth like it was never there. It felt like they'd stepped into a ghostly world that night. Their video captured a moment that felt straight out of a haunting tale. Underground cryptid. While exploring a cave, a camper spotted a small, strange creature. Despite the tight space, he caught a glimpse of the unusual being lying down. Though it was hard to make out exactly what it was, the camper suspected this might be a cryptid, a mysterious creature from folklore that lacks scientific proof of its existence. The camper was scared, knowing he had stumbled upon something highly unusual. This eerie encounter could be the proof many have been waiting for. Creepy creature. At the seaside of Aberdeen, people were stunned when a huge, strange creature washed up on the beach. This was no ordinary animal. The creature was over 30 feet long. It had been lifeless for a long time, but it was still a shocking sight. No one was sure what kind of creature it was. Some people thought it might be a type of sea monster or a very large fish that no one had ever seen before. Whatever it was, it didn't look like anything they had ever seen in the ocean before. The strange creature left everyone who saw it feeling curious and a little bit scared. Dragon remains found. In the UK, a group of scientists made an incredible discovery, a giant prehistoric sea dragon. This massive creature was about 33 feet long and was around 180 million years old. Experts say this is one of the most amazing finds in the history of British science. The huge fossil, which is an ichthyosaur, was found at a nature reserve called Rutland Water. Ichthyosaurs were giant, dolphin-like creatures that lived in the oceans long before dinosaurs roamed the earth. This discovery has left everyone amazed. It's like stepping back in time to see this enormous, ancient sea creature that used to swim in the waters near the UK. Scientists are very excited to study this rare and incredible fossil. Ghost caught on cam. Two friends decided to explore an old, creepy tunnel. As they wandered through the dark passageway, they suddenly came across a strange sight, a pale, faceless person dressed in a white cloth. Many people watching the video think this could be the ghost of someone who used to live or work in the tunnel a long time ago. Maybe it was an old patient, or someone who got lost and lost his life in the tunnel system. It's hard to know for sure what happened in this old, forgotten place. All the viewers can do is guess and wonder about the ghostly figure they saw. One thing is certain, it was a very spooky and unsettling discovery for the two friends exploring the tunnel. Cryptic desert creature. In the wide, empty desert, a strange shape slowly started to appear, not seeming to notice the camera. For a few moments, this spooky sight was filmed. Then, just as suddenly, the video stopped. This quick ending left viewers curious, making them wonder about the hidden stories behind the mysterious figure. It felt like the desert had secrets, showing that it could be a place where the strange comes to life, sparking excitement and interest in everyone who watched. Creepy shapeshifter. A surveillance camera on a farm caught something creepy during the nighttime. The footage revealed a strange figure in a white nightgown, moving in an unnatural way. Turned out, its long sleeves were waving in different directions, making it look like a ghostly patient who escaped from a mental hospital. Even more disturbing, a cow stood frozen, staring right at this mysterious entity. When the figure started doing bizarre movements, it suddenly vanished into the darkness. Now, after this creepy encounter, the farmer refuses to keep his cows in that area of the farm. Skinwalker caught. At night, a camera captured a crawling creature that gave a resemblance to the legendary rake, a pale, humanoid figure with long, unsettling limbs. For a brief moment, the creature made direct eye contact with the camera. As quickly as it had appeared, the rake vanished into the darkness, leaving behind only the haunting memory of its eerie presence. The fleeting sighting has left many viewers both captivated and unsettled, wondering if they've caught a glimpse of a real-life urban legend. The rake's sudden disappearance adds to the mystery, reminding us that we never know what we might capture on camera. So, be ready. Your turn could come when you least expect it. Cave humanoid. While hiking, a hiker spotted a strange glowing creature at the opening of a cave. It appeared to be a small humanoid being with a peculiar, otherworldly appearance. After briefly catching a glimpse of the eerie entity, it quickly retreated back into the depths of the cave, leaving the hiker to wonder about the true nature of this unusual sighting. This encounter brings to mind tales of similar beings found in folklore, often said to protect hidden secrets. The hiker's sighting has sparked the imagination of everyone who hears about it, adding to the mystery of the wild. Peruvian giants. High in the mountains of Peru, an astonishing sight was captured on camera. Massive humanoid figures moving across the distant peaks. Though they were far away, the sheer size and human-like shape of these beings were undeniable. What could these massive creatures be? Were they truly giants, as some have speculated, or perhaps some undiscovered remote, rugged mountains? The footage has left many viewers both amazed and unsettled, wondering about the true nature of these colossal, enigmatic figures. These huge beings in the mountains have sparked a lot of interest and talk. Many people are curious about the secrets these tall figures might keep in the remote highlands of Peru. Their presence continues to draw attention and wonder, making these wild areas even more fascinating. Angry cryptid. A CCTV camera capturing a parking area recorded a startling sight, a small, bald creature crawling across the pavement, with a shape resembling that of a child, but a distinctly odd appearance. The creature tore at a poster on the wall before moving towards the camera and disappearing from view. The creature's strange behavior and unusual features have sparked the imagination, hinting at the possibility of unknown, otherworldly beings hiding in plain sight, even in the most ordinary locations. Urban legend cryptid. A video has emerged showing a local person spotting something bizarre on a farm. A large, unidentifiable hand was seen reaching back into a shed, only for a face to briefly peek out before the footage ended. What kind of creature could be lurking in that farm shed? It seemed much larger and stranger than any normal animal or person. Some have speculated it could be a cryptid, an unknown creature from folklore or urban legend. The quick glimpse of this mysterious entity has left many viewers captivated and unsettled. Dwarf cryptid. This is bound to be one of the most puzzling clips ever. It was shared online and quickly grabbed everyone's attention. The footage is grainy and blurry, making it hard to see what's really going on. At first glance, it just looked like someone was playing with a creepy doll. Nothing too strange, right? But when you look closely at the doll's legs, you would notice something odd. They seem to be moving on their own. The guy was only holding the doll's arms, yet the legs walked around as if the doll was alive. One thing was clear now. No one knew what to make of this all. Mysterious figure. A group of friends were enjoying their time when something strange caught their eye. Behind the shed, they expected to see an animal like usual, but instead, a tiny figure emerged only about 2 feet tall, much smaller than any other person. It appeared just for a moment, giving the friends a quick glimpse before darting behind the shed and disappearing without a trace. Its movements were quick, almost playful. Some said it looked like an elf, but whatever it was, it left more questions than answers. Unexpected backyard encounter. A man was casually recording his family when something strange happened. As his wife stepped away to pick up an item, a sudden movement behind the cycle caught his eye. Out of nowhere, a tiny figure quickly darted out and was barely visible. It ran swiftly to the other side. It seemed like a dwarf, but the sighting was so brief that it left everyone wondering what they had just seen. Had a strange shadow actually wandered into their backyard, or was it just their imagination? They couldn't be sure, but one thing was clear. The day had taken a mysterious turn. Chilling playground encounter. The video began with a group of kids playing together and kicking a ball. All of a sudden, they saw something in the distance that frightened them to their bones. A shadowy figure was staring back at them, small and difficult to see. It stood still, watching them, and as soon as they noticed it, they started running away. The figure was so tiny and far away that they couldn't tell what it really was, leaving the kids feeling uneasy and unsure about what they just saw. Mysterious garden figure. A video surfaced online in which a teenager made a noise as he ran outside. He suddenly stopped and filmed the garden from a distance. What he saw was a tiny figure, no taller than the pot. If it weren't for the teenager's sharp eyes, this creature would have gone unnoticed. It moved in a strange way, almost as if it knew someone was watching it. The scene felt creepy, and the mystery of what might be hiding just out of sight filled the air. What could that have been, and what did it want? No one knows. Troll in abandoned cave. While exploring a dark cave, with only the flashlight guiding him, this man had no idea he was about to come face to face with his worst nightmare. There in the dark stood a big, hairy figure. But that real terror began when that figure started coming towards the guy. As it registered, it had been spotted. Its growls get louder with each step. This wasn't just any folklore. It was as real as it could get. So, do you really think trolls are still stuff of the Harry Potter universe, or did this video make you believe otherwise? Terrifying encounter. As this guy was walking down a trail cutting through the middle of woods, his path suddenly got blocked by a dark figure. He initially thought it to be a black dog or bear, only that wasn't the case. It was jet black and had horns on its head as it crouched in the middle of the road, but then it turned slowly and seemed to be getting up. But the video ended there. Looked like he saw him checking it out and planned to give him the full disclosure. Let's hope this guy ran to safety before this creature got to him. Remember not to take this trail, as who knows, it might be still out there. Mysterious cryptid. A woman went to explore the woods in Indonesia and saw something strange. There was a tiny flying being whose body was not fully visible. Only its wings could be seen when it flew. The most shocking thing was when this little being landed on her hand. Its shape changed completely. It turned into a stick, and a rope-like thing covered it. She had no idea what it was, but the woman calmly dealt with it, as if she was familiar with it. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Shape-shifting owl. In Mexico, it is said that witches often change their shape into owls. However, a man researched it and went into the woods of a small town. According to his research, there was indeed a witch owl. He searched for hours but couldn't find him. Suddenly, he noticed an old house and thought he would rest there for a while. However, as soon as he stepped inside, he was shocked by what he saw. There was a creepy owl behaving strangely, and he instantly realized it wasn't a normal owl. It was the shapeshifter witch. He nervously observed it for a while, then decided to leave, which I would say was the right choice. Unknown entities. Late one night, in the southern part of the US, a man stumbled upon something quite unsettling by a hilly area. As he walked along, with the flashlight illuminating his path, the light fell on a cliff. But before that, there were not one, but 3 small, pale, and creepy creatures who ran as soon as the light hit them. I'm guessing they were a fan of the shadows, and not the night. This encounter left him really rattled, and since then he had been wondering what he had seen. Were those simply animals, or something far stranger was hiding in the hills? You tell us. Horned snake. If you're familiar with Greek mythology, you would have read about Cerastes, the mythical snake with horns on its head. Well, what if I told you it still exists? This man was passing through some abandoned ruins when he saw a long, slender snake. He was shocked to see that this was no ordinary snake, but had 2 long horns on his head. The man captured this on camera and uploaded the video on the internet, where some netizens found out this was the mythological Cerastes. Now it leaves me wondering, how did this creature stay hidden for so long? Today's topic. This creepy and scary encounter with a real cryptid that was caught on camera. And it began with this strange white humanoid figure with a tall and slender body, almost like a real-life Slender Man, caught on camera on the side of the road. It was slowly climbing toward the cameraman. Creepy, right? Well, this guy saw it and pure panic set in. He didn't hesitate. He just bolted. Took off running as fast as he could. Because really, who wants to stick around and see what a creature like that wants? Many people popped up and considered the creature as wreck, but I double-checked it, and it wasn't a wreck. Instead, it might be the Slender Man, the mythical being.